Here we go, just an update on the angelfish have bred again, and also our little Corey's doing well. We've just got Amanda here inspecting the babies. They've gone from eggs to fry, and the Corey's doing very well.
Yeah, you can kind of see it now when you're looking at the top.
When Amanda's hands are free, I'll give her the video and she can zoom in and give you guys a little look. Look, there's the mother trying to protect.
Alright, so you can see it really quite clearly now. There's the corridor right there. So I've just been giving it some of the first bites, I think it's called. The ones that I give the angelfish when they were first hatched. And you can see some of there's a baby angelfish one there. And there's a few at the bottom there. They're not quite swimming, but you can see a few swimming at the bottom there. So it's very exciting. So with the CO2, you can quite clearly see these plants have gone like a tinge of, well, that's the colour that they go. They go like an orangey kind of colour.
Ruby red?
And then here you can see one of the leaves is quite red there, and they're just tinging to go orange. About a week, yeah.
About a week, and they're already changing colour, and that these plants are looking very.
But you can even see the growth on these ones.
Yeah, they're getting that dead. You know how they have the bit of like rotting on the leaves? That's all starting to disappear as well.
Yeah, I do get a little bit of. I think it's called staghorn algae in here, but I've just slowly tried to take away the leaves that had it on there.
And that's from the CO2.
And that's from the CO2, it can
So
be.
what's the go with that rot on the leaf? Do you know anything about that?
Not sure, it's just lacking in nutrients.
So the CO2, and do you put fertiliser with your plants?
I do, I just use just the Flourish.
You do? Okay.
The prime one.
Can you give everyone a quick peek of the bristlenose babies that are getting along? How old are they now? They're a bit older than the first one.
Oh, they'd be, yeah, like 2 months old, but they're very hard to see during the day, because obviously they are like to be out in the dark, but in the night, like they're nocturnal. But I've got some, you can just see them, how big they've gotten. See them on the zucchini there? I don't know if I can if it's focusing well, but that's how big. Oh, there's one that just swam by. Hopefully we caught it. But they're actually getting quite big, and I think they would be up to the stage where they would be able to go into a main tank, I reckon, because they're quite big now. But that's a zucchini, and they're nearly half the size of the zucchini, like.
Have the colours changed at all?
No, they're still the kind of the more common pleco, so, but that's okay. You can see one right here.
Just give an overview of the pennywort.
So there's one right there, the pennywort.
See, let everyone, you've only trimmed that what, a week ago, look how much it's growing back.
Yeah, it grows. And obviously the CO2 will make it even grow
just give an aerial view
quicker.
Of it so people can see from previous videos. It's a great plant, that one.
Yeah. That's why I have these kind of like little bits. It doesn't look very good, but just to try and keep it just growing in the back. And then at night I can just move this one back or just trim it from there. House plants are going into the water.
This is what we're talking about, the reds. You won't keep the reds in the plants without the CO2.
Yeah.
Just show them the pearling on the leaves is what they meant by pearling on the leaves.
Yeah, so you can see it coming off this plant here, which I think that one was called RI, I think it's for shortened, Java fern, but I think it's like a trident.
A local pet shop gave us a big chunk for the price of a little bit, which was really good of them.
That's going good, and look, I know people don't like snails and stuff, but they've gone through that, because I did have a few.
Hasn't it broken off? Didn't you do another lump over
Yeah,
here?
there's another lump.
You broke it in half.
You can see it. It kind of grows like the Java fern right next to it here.
Yeah, but what I'm asking, did you snap a bit off?
Yes,
and
I put
regrow
two.
Another piece?
Yeah.
So that's the thing, guys. You don't always have to buy heaps of one.
You
plant.
don't.
you can
And even like
separate
the bulb, you can just see that dark green plant there, the bulbitis. We just had a little bit, and I just can't slowly take a little bit and put it around the tank.
But how big was that little bit when you got it? Like when you took it
Only
off?
half of that, so it's grown massive.
Okay. So
It's
you took
even
a fair bit
my
off it though.
the Anubias, like with the CO2, look how much it's taking
Get
off.
that green
So just
colour.
that green plant.
Yeah, I suggest CO2 to anyone. If you go back in our previous videos, you can get little tanks for little CO2 tanks for smaller tanks.
And like even this plant, before the CO2, I thought I'd lost it. But you can see like new growth on it. So it's quite interesting. It's sorry, all the water stain there. The fish splashed me.
And an update on the shrimp tank?
Oh, the shrimp tank, yeah. I still have to set up the lights are here. That's the new lights we got. But I still just have to rearrange the plants.
And put in the moss.
And put in the moss, yeah.
To Amanda working away in the shrimp tank, it's right to go.
Yeah, well,
So-
I just have to, because there was a funny smell on the gold branches that some of you may have seen.
She wants those branches in, guys,
do
and
want them
I
in, but-
after the smell I don't want to deal with them because it's another setback. They had a funny smell, almost like, what would you say they smelled like?
They're almost like a tire.
Yeah, like a rubber smell, which sounds weird, but maybe you guys can drop a comment if you know what that might be from. But maybe we didn't have them outside soaking long enough. I think we only had them for a couple of days. Maybe they've got to be out for 3 weeks, I think Amanda said. But the other thing is that, I mean, that's according to the internet, but the other thing is that if you put them in now, it might set us back, and the smell is almost unbearable. You know when you see YouTube videos and they put the branches in and all that? I would like to have a smell. If I could smell and, like, you know what I mean? If it's in your lounge room, your bedroom, your kitchen or whatever, that's not going to stay there, I can tell you that now, because that smell was...
It was rain.
It was a real... It wasn't a bad smell, but it was like Amanda said, like a tire smell. No one wants that in any room. So, drop a comment if you've had previous issues. Maybe it's just us and you're like, oh, tire smell. What are you guys talking about? Which is the first day when Amanda said it, I said, oh, I can smell it slightly, but I wouldn't relate it to a tire. And then the next day they got really smelly and it smelled like a tire. So, as funny as that is, guys, you know, you see these beautiful polished YouTube channels where they put the sticks in and it all looks good. I'm just wondering, is it smokes and mirrors? Do they leave it in because some of these woods do have smells, or maybe we just got unlucky, which is probably the case, because I've had wood float and obviously you got to soak it to a couple of days to let it sink and get waterlogged. But yeah, what's your thoughts, Amanda?
Yeah, I've never had that before, so...
Lights are going well. Maybe we might put some of these bristle noses in later on and get some footage of them floating around in their new habitat. But I don't think you'll ever get them out till they get real big. So you wouldn't want to put too many in. Maybe try 1 or 2.
Well, we could just try one and see if they can be compatible.
Even if you put 1 or 2 in, guys, you probably have there's a lot of plants in there, so I don't know what she's going to do. The red floaters seem to be going well.
Yeah, they do actually.
They're not red. We're a bit worried about the water flow. They didn't look like they were going to be successful, and we thought that smell might have been coming from them. We thought they might have been dying off, but turns out they're going really well. But you're not going to get that red without the CO2, so in the future we might even put CO2 on this one, because this is a bookshelf tank. I think they call them bookshelves, and I've got to be honest, to get a good one they're not cheap. So, you know, this one's got nice clear glass, really good polished edges on the edges. It's a really good build. So you pay that extra, but it's worth it because you're getting a very good quality little tank here. Don't you reckon, Amanda? It hasn't been rushed or anything, and I'm sure you can get cheaper ones. But, you know, you get what you pay for sometimes. But look at these lights, $8 each. Go back on our previous video, but the time will tell. We'll do another update in a couple of weeks to give them another, what would you call it, long-lasting review. With still the reviews out on this pump. We've got previous videos. We're going to do a long-term review on some of these products. It's fine to unbox stuff and go, yeah, that's awesome. But I think you need to give it, you know, a couple of months and come back to that review and give them a long-term review, which is something we'll do. Alright, any thoughts, Amanda?
No. I just want to get in and do stuff.
We might just get off now and research the catfish to see if they're safe. I think the problem with them, if you put them in and you breed your shrimp, which is what we want to do, they come around and they eat the eggs. That's the issue. And if we put them in and can't find the catfish later on and he's going around eating all the eggs of the shrimp, that's not a good thing for us. So there's a thought there.
Yeah.
Look how pretty she looks, guys.